بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Today we're back in our weekly class on al-Jazariyyah, a famous poem on at-Tajweed. And we have now reached the chapter of Babul Maqtu'i wal Mawsul. Babul Maqtu'i wal Mawsul. This is the chapter regarding, we say, the compound words. The compound words which are written, separated, meaning al-Maqtu', separated, and joined, al-Mawsul. Okay? So this is the chapter regarding the compound words. When we say compound words, we mean basically that it's two words in reality. Okay, it's two words in reality. Okay, they're written, which are written separated, meaning as two separate words. They're written or joined, meaning they're written as one word when you write it. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, sir. So
So
multiple is separated and well Mosul is joint. Or no,
now,
do I have
now, so the term maqdur really means something that's cut up, something that's cut up. Okay,
yes, sir.
something that's cut up. Here, the term maqtu' refers to two words which are written separately from each other. They're written separately from each other. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And this is the default way of being written. This is al-asl. This is the default way of being written. They're two separate words, so they're two different words, so you separate them when you write it, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The reciter, he needs to know. Let me go back. Okay, so this chapter, we understand this chapter. This chapter is regarding the compound words that are written, separated, and joined. Al-Maqtur and Al-Mawsul. Okay, you understand that?
Sir.
This begins this section on Rasm al-Quran. Rasm al-Quran. Rasm al-Quran is one of the sciences of the Quran. It's basically, it speaks about the official way in which the Quran was written. The Quran is to not be written in any type of way, okay? The Quran was written in a specific way by the Sahaba, okay?
Sir.
And this section is connected to that, okay? Obviously, because speaking about how the letters are written, okay? Now, what does this have to do with Tajweed, okay? Ibn al-Jazari and other Tajweed scholars, they spoke on this topic due to it having a direct connection to the rules of stopping and starting. Okay, this chapter of knowing which words are written separated and joined has a direct connection to the rules of stopping and starting, what we just learned. Okay,
Yes, sir.
because the reciter, he needs to know how to stop on this type of compound. Like if I test you, okay, on, for example, fee mad, okay, this comes in the Quran, fee mad. Is it written joined as one? If it's written joined as one, then you, and I'm testing, I say stop here. Or say you run out of breath, right? You can't stop. You have to stop. If it's joined, you have to say fee mad. Stop on that. If they're separated, you can't. You have to stop on fee. Say you lose your breath. Fee. Okay. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, on the other hand, okay, al-Mosul. We didn't define al-Mosul. What is Mosul? Mosul refers to two words that are written together as one word. Okay. It's two words, but they're written together as one word. Okay. So here we got fi mad. Okay. Fi mad like this, they're maqtur, separated. But Mosul, they can be a word, one word, fi mad. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So it's necessary to know how to stop on this as well. Okay, this is tied to, again, the rules of stopping and starting. This is from amongst the things that's, according to Ibn al-Jazari, these Tajweed scholars, they said it's wajib for this person to learn it. Okay, it's obligatory for the reciter of the Quran to know this. Okay, إذ واجب عليهم محتم قبل الشروع أولا أن يعلموا. It's obligatory for him to know these things before he starts. What? مخارج الحروف والصفات ينطق بأفصح اللغات. We spoke about that in مخارج الصفات. محرر التجويد, knowing the rules of tajweed. والمواقف, knowing the places in which you can stop. وما الذي رسم في المصاحف, and that which is written in the Quran, in the Masahif, in the Mus'hafs. From what? من كل مقطوع وموصول بها. Okay? All the words in the Quran is written, maqtu', separated, and mawsul, joined. Okay? This is referring to that. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, so the author, the words, what are these words? The author Ibn al-Jazari, he mentioned 25 compound words in the Quran. And this is how we're going to express that, compound words, okay? Because it's two words in one, okay? He mentioned 25 compound words in the Quran that are written either as maqtur, separated, or mawsul, joined, okay? But he didn't just do this out of anywhere. He depended on the various masahif. Masahif is the plural of the word mushaf. Mushaf or mushaf, okay? This is the mushaf. We know what the mushaf, okay? He depended on the various masahif that was scripted by Uthman, okay? The Uthmani masahif, and those that he dispatched to the various Islamic lands, okay? During the time of the Sahaba, after the death of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the Khalifa of Uthman, radiallahu anhu, okay? Takes a little bit background story. We won't get into it deep. It was the second compilation of the Quran, okay? During the time of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Sahabas, they used to write down the Quran, okay? They used to write down the Quran. But the Quran was not gathered into one, so let's say, book in one place, okay? But they used to write out the Quran. During the time of Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, Umar, okay, Umar radiallahu anhu, he encouraged Abu Bakr to compile the Quran into one place because it was a battle in which many of the Hufaz, many of the reciters and memorizers of the Quran, they got martyred. And out of fear that the Quran may be lost, they gathered the Quran into one place. Clear? One place. During the time of Uthman radiallahu anhu, after the Khalifa of Umar radiallahu anhu, during the Khalifa of Umar, which was the second Khalifa, the second leader of the Muslims, may Allah be pleased with them all, Islam spread. It spread all over. It spread like doubled, okay? Probably it spread a lot, okay? So there's a lot of different nationalities and people coming into Islam. They weren't natural Arab speakers, okay? They weren't natural Arabic language tongue speakers. So during the time of Uthman radiallahu anhu, people would recite the Quran and they would just be mixing a lot, doing a lot. They would be messing up a lot, okay? And he wanted to gather the people under one harf, okay? This is a whole class within itself. I'm not trying to go into detail about it, okay? But rather, so what Uthman did, he gathered up 4 Sahaba, okay? He gathered up 4 Sahaba, and what they had the job of doing was compiling the Quran under one harf, okay? Call it one harf, okay? And he based it on the harf of the Quraysh, okay? The tribe of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then after this Quran, after the Mus'haf was compiled, again, this is the second compilation. He dispatched it, he spread it along with the reciter. He took a reciter and he went to the various Islamic lands like Kufa, okay, in Iraq, Basra in Iraq, Medina, Mecca. He was already in Medina. Where else? Sham, okay, like Palestine area, okay? And he dispatched the different masahib, okay? So he's basing it off what was written in the different masahib of the Uthmani masahib, okay? Is that clear? Now, so what's the first line of the chapter?
واعرف لمقطوع وموصول وتاء
Now,
فيما قد أتى.
he says, wa'rif. Be sure to know. وَعَرِفْ لِمَقْطُوعٍ وَمَوْصُولٍ وَتَاء بِتَاء, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, he says, now, وَعَرِفْ لِمَقْطُوعٍ وَمَوْصُولٍ وَتَاء في المصحف الإمام فيما قد أتى. be sure to know, okay? Be sure to know the separated and joined compound words, okay? وَعْرِفْ لِمَقْطُوعٍ وَمَوْصُولٍ. Be sure to know the separated and compound words, right? وَتَا, as well as the feminine ta, okay? That's talking about the next chapter, though, okay? وَتَا is talking about the feminine ta, like rahmah is written with a ta marbuta, right? And rahmat is written with a ta maftuha. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so he says, be sure to know the separated and joined compound words, as well as the ta fi mushaf al-imam, as it appears in the mushaf al-imam, okay? As it has come in the mushaf imam. The mushaf imam is talking about the mushaf of the imam, meaning Uthman, okay? So what's intended by mushaf imam? It's talking about the various masahif that's scripted by Uthman and dispatched to the Islamic lands, okay? That's what's intended by mushaf imam, the Uthmani masahif, okay? Those masahif that Uthman had scripted and he dispatched it to the different Islamic lands. May Allah be pleased with him. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So that first line, you have to know the maqtu' and mawsul as well as the ta. Okay. Now he's going to mention the 25 words, right? As well as the places. So this is where it gets interesting, okay?
Yes, sir.
So the first one he mentions is en la. En la. This is the first compound word. We have the word en, hamza fatha nun sukun en, and then we have the second word is la. Okay? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, obviously, when we read it Allah, right? You don't hear the noon because it's idgham what? Idgham بغير غنة, right?
Sir.
نعم والثاني إدغام بغير غنة في اللام والراء ثم كررا. Okay? So this compound, the first compound is an la. But when we write it Allah, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
And he says it's maqdur in 10 places. He doesn't say it's, I'm telling you it's maqdur in 10 places, okay? It's maqdur in 10 places. Okay? And he's gonna give the 10 places right now, okay?
Yes, sir.
Matter of fact, he did say that. That's wrong what I said. He did say it's 10 places himself. Okay. What did he say in that line?
فاقطع بعشر كلمات ألا.
Nah. He says what? He says فَقَطَعْ لِعَشْرِ كَلِمَاتٍ أَلَّا. He says, so cut up the compound أَلَّا or أَن la in 10 places. Okay? You got that? Nah. فَقَطَعْ لِعَشْرِ كَلِمَاتٍ أَلَّا. So cut up the compound word أَلَّا is written N la, but again, when we pronounce Allah, right?
Yes, sir.
10 places. 10 places. Okay. So cut up the compound N la in 10 places. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Where he gives the first place. Ma, where? With melja'a. That's the first place. Melja'a. Okay. Melja'a. In Surah to Toba, ayat, the ninth surah. This is the first place of the 10, okay?
Yes, sir.
Surah to Toba, ayat 118. Allah mentions Allah malja'a min Allahi illa ilayh. Allah malja'a. Okay? The compound word and la is written separated here. Okay? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So that's what it says. Ma malja'a. Clear?
Yes, sir.
The second place is, what did you say after that?
ولا إله إلا ولا إله إلا.
Nah. This is the second place. Surah to Hud. The 11th surah, ayah 14. Allah mentions Allah ilaha illahu. Okay? The compound Allah is written separated here. Two separate words. Is that clear? I want you after class to look in the Mus'haf for these places, see how it's looking, okay?
Yes, sir. Can you say surah that it comes in one more time?
Surah to Hud, the 11th surah, ayah 14. Allah ilaha illa ilayh. I'm sorry, illahu. Now, if a person was stopping, say he was stopping because he lost breath, he would stop N, right? And he wouldn't say Allah. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Why? Because they're separated here. They're two separate words. Okay. Okay. So that's line 80. Okay. And line 81, the following line, he mentions about 5 more places. Okay. Read the next place he says.
وتعبدوا ياسين ثاني هود لا.
Nah. So he says, Wata'budu Yasin. This is the third place. Okay. He says also at Ta'budu in Yasin, meaning Surah to Yasin. Okay. So the third place is Surah to Yasin, which is the 36th Surah, Ayah 60. Ayah 60. Allah mentions Allah ta'budu shaitan. Okay. Allah ta'budu shaitan. Okay. I'm not giving the meanings here because it's not really relevant here right now. Okay. We want to, okay.
Yes,
We
sir.
learn how to stop on this.
Surah Yasin ayah
60. Allah ta'budu shaitan. So he says, wa ta'budu yasin. Okay. At the place of, it's cutting up at the word ta'budu in sort of to yasin. Then he says, well, who did with that? What is that? Ta'budu yasin the thani Hud. The fourth place. Now we're on number 4. Number 4, the fourth place he says, with thani Hud. Okay. In the second place in Hud, meaning Surah Al-Hud, ayah 26. Ayah 26. He says the second place, meaning the second time that Allah comes in the Surah Hud, okay, it's also written Maqdur. The second place the second place that the word Allah comes in Surah Hud, when its compound comes in that surah at the second time, it's also written Maqdur, okay, ayah 26. ألا تعبدوا إلا الله إني أخاف, or in Abu Jafar, إني أخاف. Okay,
Yes,
is that clear?
yes, sir.
That's 4 out of what?
4 out of 10. So the word that is la هود لا, that, or is it لا يشركنا?
This I'm giving. That's the next part.
Okay, so but the fourth word is la.
No, no, no. I'm gonna give it to you. So the first and second place, you got that right.
Yes, sir.
So watabudu yasina. Put a comma there. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Thani huda, comma after hud. Okay,
Yes, sir.
is that clear?
Yes, sir.
La yush. This the fifth place is la yushrikna. That's put a comma after that.
Got it.
Okay, so this fifth place is a Surah Tul Mumtahina, Surah that you memorize. Okay, ayat 12. Al Mumtahina is the 60th Surah, ayat 12. Allah mentions Allah yushrikna billahi shay'a. Okay, Allah yushrikna billahi shay'a. So at Allah yushrikna, and Allah is written separated, two separate words. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
That's fifth place. The next place is tushrik. Put a comma after the word tushrik. That's the sixth place. The word tushrik is referring to in Surah Al-Hajj. This is the sixth place. Surah Al-Hajj, which is the 22nd Surah, ayah 26. Allah mentions Allah tushrik bi shay'a. Allah tushrik bi shay'a. Again, Allah tushrik bi shay'a. So the highlighting point here in this line is tushrik, right?
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Then Ibn al-Jazari says what? Yadkhulan. Yadkhulan. Put a comma after the word yadkhulan. This is the 7th place. Okay? This is referring to Surah al-Qalam. Surah al-Qalam, a surah that you memorize. 68 Surah Ayat 24. Allah mentions, Allah yadkhulannaha al-yawm. Allah yadkhulannaha al-yawma alaykum miskin. That's the whole full ayat. Okay? So here the point in this, the base says yadkhulan, referring to yadkhulanna al-yawm. Okay? Yadkhulanna. Okay? And then that's 7th place. And then the last place he mentions is ta'lu ala. That's another place. The 8th place it comes. That's in Surah to Dukhan, the 44th surah that you memorize, ayat 19. Alla ta'lu ala Allah. Okay. Alla ta'lu ala Allah. Okay. Ayat 19. So ta'lu ala. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Play it. So that's how much? How many out of 10?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. The next line, he mentions the last 2 places. What do you say in the next class? I'm sorry, next place.
ألا يقولوا.
Nah, this is the 9th place. Alla yaqulu. Come after yaqulu. Okay? This is referring to Surah Al-A'raf. The 7th Surah, ayah 169. Allah mentions, Alla yaqulu ala Allahi illa al-haq. Alla yaqulu ala Allahi illa al-haq. Okay? So the point here is Alla yaqulu. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, and then lastly, the 10th place is also in Surah Al-A'raf. And this is when Ibn al-Jazari says, he points to it where he says, La aqula. La aqula. Put a period after that. La aqula. That ends off these 10 words. Okay? La aqula is referring to a place in Surah Al-A'raf, ayah 105. 105. Where Allah Azza wa Jal, he mentions, حقيق على ألا أقول على الله. حقيق على ألا أقول على Allah. So here he says, ألا أقول. Okay, pointing to the place where Ibn al-Jazari is talking about, where he says, لا أقول. Is that clear? So that's the first compound word, okay? Was Allah, okay? Now the second compound word he mentions is the word in ma. In, Hamza Kesra Nun Sukun in. The second word is Mim Fatah Ali Sukun ma. In ma. Is that clear? Now, obviously, when we read it, if we read it together, we're going to recite in ma, right? Type of idgham, bi right? Naam, yanmu, from yanmu, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is maqdur in one place. Maqdur is written in 2 separate places in one. I'm sorry, let me say that again. It's written as 2 separate words in one place. Maqdur in one place. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now all other places is going to be written as Mosul. Mosul. All other places is going to be written Mosul. What does that mean? They're going to be written as one word, written like this. Let me show you, chat. No, I forgot it right there. Okay, there we go. See that? Imma. That's how we written Mosul. Clear? Is that clear?
Sir.
No, that's how it be written Mosul. There was one word. I'm sorry. Just written. No, there's one word. So he points to this place where he says, Allah yaqulu la aqula imma, right? Imma. Birradi. Birradi. That's the point there. Birradi. Put a comma after birradi. So it says imma birradi. Okay? So he says, separate the two words imma and arad. Okay? Imma birrad. Separate the two words in ma and arad. Is that clear?
So that's the one place there.
The one place in Surah Turat, ayah 40. Surah Turat is the 13th Surah, ayah 40. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Allah mentions وَإِمَّا نُرِيَنَّكَ بَعْضَ الَّذِي نَعِدُهُمْ وَإِمَّا نُرِيَنَّكَ بَعْضَ الَّذِي نَعِدُهُمْ. The point here is وَإِمَّا. Clear? طيب. Now the next place is the next word, the next compound word is, which is number 3, is Emma. Hamza fatha mim sukun then ma. Is that clear? Ma.
Okay.
Okay.
Hamza instead of Ain.
Hamza. Yes. The last one was Hamza as well. The last one was Hamza as well.
Because at the end of the line it has an Ain. So I was,
We're not on that one yet. We're not on Amma yet. Clear? Are you looking at the poem?
yes, sir.
So he says imma birad, right? Period there. You got that?
Yeah.
Then he says wal maftuha sil. Wal maftuha sil is talking about this third compound. Clear?
Sir.
Wal maftuha sil. And he says enjoin the two, sil means to join, enjoin the two al maftuh when the hamza has a fatha. Enjoin the two when the hamza has a fatha. Okay? I have to look somewhere real quick, okay? Because I have something in my notes that doesn't doesn't seem right to me real quick. Okay, I have to check this book. I have to check the explanation real quick, okay? Because I have something in my book, but I could have made a typo. Again, I'm still with you. I just have to make sure this is correct. Because I typed something that doesn't seem right to me. I don't have my book physically with me. Time when I need this. Uh, yeah. I'm checking something right now, okay? Need to know if I made a typo. Which line is this?
82.
Okay, yes, I didn't make a typo. Oh yeah. Nah. So this is talking about M-ma. M-ma. Okay, and he says sil is Mosul in every place. So amma is Mosul in every place. Is that clear? Meaning it's written as one word in every place in the Quran. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that was the third word out of how many? Or we say third compound word
Yes, sir.
out of how many? You understand the question? Third out of 25. Remember, I told you Ibn al-Jazari mentioned 25 of these compounds. Do you remember that?
No, I didn't write it down.
Okay, yeah, 25. So we're going over 25 compound words here. Okay.
Yes.
And we just finished the third. Okay. So if you're looking at the poem, he says, Wal mabtu hasil, period. Okay. Now he mentions the fourth where he says, Wa amma, an ma, an ma, Hamza, I'm sorry, Ain fatanun sukuna, an, meme, the next word is meme fatali sukun ma, an ma. Okay. Is the fourth compound. Okay. And it's maqdur in one place. It is maqdur in one place. All other places will be mosul. All other places will be mosul, meaning written is one word, like this, as I show you, like this, like that. Okay. Amma. Clear?
So it's maqtu' in one place and then Mosul.
And everywhere else in the Quran. Okay. So Ibn al-Jazari, he only highlighted the place in which is maqdur, cut up. Two separate words, okay?
Yes, sir.
He mentions it in the next line. Let's read the next line, 83.
نقطع مما بروم النساء.
So he says, Nuhuqta'u, period, after uqta'u. That's it. So he says this. He says, Amma uqta'u nuhu. Cut it up at the place of nuhu. Okay? Cut them up. Meaning Amma, the compound Amma, cut them up at nuhu. Nuhu. Okay? This is referring to this one, the one place is Surah Al-A'raf. Again, ayat 166. Okay? Surah Al-A'raf 166. It's cut up. Amma is ayat is Amma nuhu anhu. Amma nuhu anhu. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So say if a person lost his breath, how would he stop here? He would stop an. Okay? And he wouldn't stop on ma. Okay, because they're two separate words. Clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you understand the poem so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you put a period after iqta'u, nuhuqta'u. Now he gives us the fifth compound here. The fifth compound is min, mim kasra nun sukun min, then ma. Mim fatah al sukun ma. Min ma. Or min ma. Obviously, we're going to make it on bi ghunna. Okay, yanmu. But it's min ma. Okay. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Nah. So he says, I'm gonna tell you, mimma, oh, that's not mimma, right? Is maqdur in two places. It's maqdur in two places, okay? And he tells us that when he says what?
برو من والنساء.
Right. He says, iqta'u, cut up mimma, two places. Those two places is birum in Surah to Rum, one nisa, Surah to Nisa, okay? So he doesn't give us the actual way that it comes in, sort of like the other place, but he gives us the surah itself. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So those two places are, again, he says Birum. The first place is Surah Turum, ayat 28. Surah Turum, ayat 28. Surah Turum is the 30th surah in the Quran. Okay? Allah mentions Halakum ma malakat. Well, drop for Halakumu mimma malakat. Okay.
What was the ayah again?
Ayat 28. Hal lakum min ma malakat. Hal lakum min ma malakat. هل لكم مما ملكت. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the second place was where?
Nisa.
Surah to Nisa, which is what surah? Number?
Nisa is 5.
4. Surah to Nisa, the fourth surah, ayat 25. Ayat 25. Allah mentions, Allah Azza wa Jal mentions, فَمِمَّا مَلَكَتْ فَمِن مَا مَلَكَتْ فَمِن مَا مَلَكَتْ فَمِمَّا مَلَكَتْ. Or if you stop it, if I'm testing you, you would stop how?
فمن.
Ahsant. Now, clear?
Yes, sir.
Now he mentions that there is a difference of opinion. Something you want to write because it's pertaining to the poem. There is a difference, meaning khilaf is difference. I shouldn't say difference of opinion. I don't like the word opinion sometimes, but there's a difference amongst the various masahib. Remember, it was a number of masahib that was scripted that he dispatched out. Okay, is a difference regarding the writing of these two words in one place. Okay, there's a difference on how it's written. Okay, was it written maqdur as two separate words, or was it written as mosul? Is one word regarding these two words, min ma, in one place. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
And he mentions, what does he say after that?
خلف المنافقين.
Ahsant. He says khulful munafiqeen means khulf. Khulf means it's difference of opinion. Okay, it's different views. Okay, it's dispute, ikhtilaf. Okay, where he says al munafiqeen. Okay, so that one place is in Surah al Munafiqun, which is the 63rd surah in the Quran, ayat 10. Ayat 10. Okay. Okay. Allah Azza wa Jalla mentions, أنفقوا مما رزقناكم أنفقوا مما من ما رزقناكم. It's a surah that you memorize. Nah, Allah mentions what? وَأَنفِقُوا مِمَّا رَزَقْنَاكُمْ مِنْ قَبْلِ أَنْ يَأْتِيَ أَحَدَكُمُ الْمَوْتُ. Right? I mentioned this surah to you the other night. Remember? We said, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا لَا تُلْهِكُمْ أَمْوَالُكُمْ وَأَوْلَادُكُمْ. Remember, we was talking about أولاد.
Yes, sir.
Remember? عن ذكر الله ومن يفعل ذلك فأولئك هم الخاسرون. Right? فأولئك هم الخاسرون. Right? وأنفقوا من ما. It's written مقطوع. It's different. Okay? Some masahif it was written مقطوع. Some masahif was written موصول. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Actually, it's a good point to mention here. And when I learned this poem with my teacher, because I don't know if I ever told you, I probably did. My Quran class, when we did Hifz, my teacher, he still does this. Everyone recites a different qira'ah. Nobody recites Hafs and Asim. Nobody recites Hafs and Asim. People have their own different qira'ah out of the 10. So during when we learned this chapter, we had to specifically go in the Mus'haf and see how it was written in our Mus'haf during like places like this where he mentioned, okay, where he says it's khulf. We had to look in our Mus'haf and we had to see how it was written. I don't have my Mus'haf with me specifically, but I believe in Abu Ja'far. I believe it's written Maqdur here, okay, in the Mus'haf of Abu Ja'far. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. So that is the fifth word out of how many?
25.
25. Okay. What time is it? We're gonna mention this. We're gonna do the next line and then we're gonna stop. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So the sixth word is, what does he mention in the same line after khulful munafiqeen?
أمن أسس.
Right. He says the sixth word is men. Hamza fatanu sukun m. The second word is meme fatanu sukun men. Men. Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, again, he's still saying cut these words up. So men is maqdur in 4 places. Men maqdur in 4 places. Okay. We're still talking about separating them. Okay. Write them, separating them. Okay. So he says men SSA, meaning separate men at, and then he gives the place at SSA. Separate men at SSA, meaning it's maqdur. Okay. SSA is the first place out of the 4. It's referring to a place in Surah to Toba. Surah to Toba is which number Surah?
9.
9, I sense. Ayah 109. Ayah 109.
100.
Ayah is part of the ayah. When I'm giving you these, when I'm saying the ayah, I'm mentioning parts of the ayah. I'm not mentioning the whole ayah. Okay, I'm only mentioning the highlighting point, highlighting proof. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so the Allah Azza wa Jalla mentions amman assasa bunyanahu. من أسس بنيانه من أسس بنيانه على تقوى. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, so that's that line. We're gonna finish. We're gonna do the next line and then the next 3 places. Then we're gonna stop for today. Okay. Remember,
Yes.
I said that this chapter is similar to the chapter on Dawd or Law, right?
Yes, sir.
Can't really do this without having the Musaf and looking at the poem itself, because you have to see, okay, I know what's being intended here. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, so the second place he mentions is the second place out of how many?
4.
4. Again, he's only gonna mention his sorters here. What is the first sorter he mentions? The second place is
فصلت.
Fusilets, comma there. That's the second place. It's a place in sorter to Fusilets. It's a sorter that you memorize. Which sorter is sorter? Which number is sorter Fusilets?
فصلت is, let's say 40.
Close. 41. 41. 41. Okay. So sorter Fusilet, sorter to Fusilet. Ayat 40. Ayat 40. Okay. The the ayat, part of the ayat, Allah Azza wa Jalla mentions, Amman yati aminan. Yeah, I can't, that's not Abu Jafar. I had to read Abu Jafar. Amman yati amina. Okay, now. Men yati or yeti aminan. Okay. Hasanasans amman yati aminan. Right?
Yes, sir.
Now, you got it though?
Yes, sir.
What's the third surah? What's the third place? Where's
Nisa.
that? Nisa. Surah to Nisa, which is what number surah?
It is the 4th surah.
4th surah, ayah 109. Ayah 109 is written Maqdur.
Is that for this? So the first example in Surah Toba is also 109, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, so the ayat is أَمَّن يَكُونُ عَلَيْهِمْ وَكِيلًا or أَمَّن يَكُونُ عَلَيْهِمْ وَكِيلًا. Okay? If I recite Abu Jafar, that's just what I'm used to, okay?
Yes, sir.
So men yakunu alayhim wakila. How would you stop on this if I was testing you?
Read the ayah one more time, sir.
Remember it's maqdur'. Men yakunu alayhim wakila. How would you stop on man?
Man,
You would stop there
I mean,
in this place, in this specific place. Is written maqdur', two separate.
two separate words. Um, man,
No. You would stop on if I was testing you just to see, hey, I want you to stop here. M. Okay?
um,
You wouldn't say ma. You would stop on M because it's written two separately.
yeah,
Is that clear?
yes, yes, sir.
Nah. And then lastly, the fourth place is referring to, we're going to learn a new sort of name here, is actually is Ajib. Well, I'll tell you why. It's amazing. What's the
Was it?
place image? Well, Dhibhin. Dhibhin. Dhibhin is a name for a surah in the Quran. Okay? It's actually the surah that you're currently memorizing. What's the surah you're currently memorizing?
No fact.
Nah. Surah to Dhabh. Surah to Dhabh is another name for Surah to Safat. Okay? Surah to Dhabh is another name for Surah to Safat. Okay? Dhabh or Surah to Dhibh. Okay? Is referring to the ayah in Surah to Safat, where Allah mentions Dhibhin Azim. Okay? Dhibhin Azim. Now, وَفَدَيْنَاهُ بِذِبْحٍ عَظِيمٍ. That's the ayah. وَفَدَيْنَاهُ, and we ransomed him with the ذِبْحٍ عَظِيمٍ, with the tremendous sacrifice. Okay, talking about the story of Ibrahim and Ismail. The Surah to Ibrahim. I'm sorry, stop. I said Surah Ibrahim. Prophet Ibrahim, he was about to sacrifice his son because of the dream he had. Now, clear?
Sir.
So he says with ذِبْحٍ, to referring to Surah to Safat or Surah to Dhibh or Dhabh, Ayat 11. No, yeah. Ayat 11. I got confused. Pardon. Surah to Dhabh or Dhibh, okay? 37 Surah, Ayat 11. Ayat 11. So this is the ayat that you memorize, actually. Ayat 11. Okay? I got confused because I was speaking about that ayat and we got off track about which ayat is the men, okay?
Yes.
أَمَّنْ خَلَقْنَا or Abu Jafar أَمَّنْ خَلَقْنَا but Hassan has أَمَّنْ خَلَقْنَا, right? أَمَّنْ خَلَقْنَا.
If I happen to get if I stop for whatever reason, I stop at
Yes.
go back and start from the beginning or continue.
I mean, you really wouldn't stop. I think that's at the beginning of an eye. But if a person lost their breath, possibly, okay? Or you understand? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
There's no point in you stopping there unless you lose your breath or something like that, okay? Or you sneeze, or you forget, right? You
Yes, sir.
forget, okay? But the place is Abu Ja'far, for anybody watching, we make ikhfa on the ghain and kha, okay? So it's not a mistake here. أَمَّنْ خَلَقْنَا إِنَّا خَلَقْنَاهُمْ مِنْ طِينٍ لَازِبٍ, right? Okay. So use أَمَّنْ خَلَقْنَا. أَمَّنْ خَلَقْنَا. Clear?
Sure.
Now we're gonna stop in basically, we're gonna stop on the sixth word in the middle of this line of poetry, which is which line are we on? 84. 84, okay? 84, okay? 84. Okay? And reason being because I don't want to have a too long class today. It's a lot, you know. So we did about six. Six out of how many?
25.
6 out of 25. We have 19 more left. Okay. So that's what we did today. We offered that today. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it. Any questions?
No, sir.
سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب